All right, here we go now. Are we ready? Mr. Wilbon, I bow down.
This is a highlight for me. It's a highlight to be here. Are you
That's
kidding?
a great job. All right, here we go now. I got 3, and I love Dave Stern. Hello, Stevie. I love Dave Stern, but the one decision that he made, I'm still perplexed with. And it's just that the season's too long and the postseason's too long. In 2003, for whatever the reason, he decided at the All-Star break, the great commissioner, to make the first round a best-of-7. We do not need the first round of the NBA playoffs a best-of-7. Do we need to see Phoenix, after they lost the first 3 games, get blown out by Oklahoma City again? Do we need to see Portland last night, after they lost out of the first 4, to play Game 5 down in San Antonio and lose by 20 points? I understand the Sixers won, but the Sixers are a solid team. You get the idea. There's drama with the best-of-5. And remember, the really good teams in the NBA are going to win a road game. So they're going to win their 2 home games. Then they're going to get a split on the road. And then they're going to go back home and it's a pasting in Game 5. Go look at the higher seeds in the history of the playoffs since 2003 and go see how many of them lost at Game 5 at home. The Knicks did. I understand that, to Detroit last year. But you get the idea. They're up 3-1. Most of these teams are up 3-1. They win that last home game, and that's the end of it. It's just way, way too long. Plus, as Jeff Van Gundy used to tell me, you don't have any upsets. Because it's harder to beat a good team 4 times than it is to beat a good team 3 times. So if you want to add a little suspense to the deal, you put the best-of-5 in there in the first round, and boom, you might have a shock like Detroit getting knocked out. And throw in one other thing, too. It's quicker. We don't need 16 days for the first round of the NBA. They never change it. I get the money, inventory, but boy, go back to the old days. Best-of-5, round 1 of the postseason.
Amen. The first round of the playoffs should not be as long as the Summer Olympics. And right now they are.
I agree. Let's go best-of-5.
Stevie, important. Let me hear.
Somewhat, here's my only issue. You don't want the upsets, Wilbon and Doggy, because the last thing you want to see are teams that you ain't supposed to see. If you can get upset, you want to minimize the possibility. I get y'all probably right. It doesn't need to be as long, but I also want to have the best chance of seeing the best teams deeper into the playoffs. And if I'm worried about that because of a shortened series, that might be the reason they're doing it.
I understand that the better team has a chance to advance. All right, number 2. You know, I try not to pay attention to these draft nick stuff and everything else. They never get it right. 15, 18%, trying to match up these college players with the teams. But last week hit a new low because if you see this video, this is the day after the Rams, drafted Ty Simpson. Look at McVay. That's, of course, the general manager. And the whole world, and me included, I was on the air Friday, and this was on Thursday night. The whole world tried to make a case. Well, this is an indication and wanted nothing to do with Ty Simpson because he realized that the Rams at the Super Bowl, of course, in SoFi next year that ESPN has, and great commercial, by the way, with Goodell, with Buck and Aikman on the table about, now Super Bowl 61. But everybody made such a big deal about how McVay, this is an indication. Everybody in America, wow, McVay wanted nothing to do with this. We got a split with the Rams hierarchy about who they were going to take with the 13th pick. McVay wanted a good player. And then Ty Simpson does a podcast this week, and what does the number 1 pick from Alabama say on the podcast? Me and McVay hit it off. I spent hours with him. This is before the draft, not after. McVay loves me. We did nothing but talk football. McVay was happy as all can be. So everybody in America, basically going on body language, tried to tell us that McVay wanted nothing to do with Ty Simpson. And then 2 days later, after the draft, Simpson says, what? We loved each other. And McVay was happy as a clam that Simpson was drafted by the... So it's too much analysis with this stupid draft. Pick the players and let's watch the games in the fall. That's number 2.
2 for 2. I'm with you.
You with me on that?
With you. I'm in the choir. I'm with you.
I disagree. I felt like McVay was maybe annoyed the body language was because of how high they took Simpson, not because they took Simpson.
I thought the body language was because he doesn't want to offend his 38-year-old MVP quarterback.
Not because he didn't like Ty Simpson.
Right.
He's a likable guy.
Stevie?
I still agree with Doggy, though. I still agree with Doggy.
I agree with that.
I mean, days were spent analyzing a man's body language. I mean, come on now. That is ridiculous.
Go me, Chris.
That's ridiculous.
All right, number 3. This one I can't stand. The de-emphasis of these regular seasons in sports. Let's put more playoff teams in. Even baseball with the extra wild card football, next thing you know, an 8 and 9 team makes the playoffs. What the NCAA is going to do with this expansion of the NCAA tournament is absolutely absurd. I don't want to see Indiana, Oklahoma, and Auburn go 6-12 in their conference and they get a bid. And now we're going to go to 76 teams. And by the way, folks, they're not taking Miami of Ohio, okay? They're not taking Timmy Russo's Northern Arizona team. And they're not taking Loyola Marymount if your kid goes there. They are not taking any of these teams. What they're going to do is they're going to take the 13th team out of the Big Ten. They're going to take the 11th team out of the SEC. Because those Power 4 conferences, they carry all the weight, and they don't like the fact that these coaches get on the griddle because they're annoyed that they go 5-15 in the league, that somehow they don't get a bid. We understand that on a piece of paper, again, Oklahoma is going to be an Oscar, but you got to earn it a little bit. You got to go at least 500 in your league. And to take more teams into the NCAA tournament, and by the way, we have enough fun with the Thursday and Friday. Now we're going to play 24 games on Tuesday and Wednesday in 9,000 sites. You ruin it. You like a piece of steak? I don't like 2 pieces of steak. You like a pepperoni pie? I don't have to have a pepperoni pie and a sausage pie. A little is nice. Gee whiz, they screwed that up like you wouldn't believe. That is number 3.
Go ahead.
Leave the tournament alone.
Oh,
I am entirely with you.
3
Leave it alone.
3.
Leave it alone.
You don't like basketball. You don't want 7 games in the NBA. You don't want more NCAA tournament. You just don't like basketball. Tell everyone you don't like the USA and you don't like basketball. Go. Tell everyone. That's what it is. You're
Stevie?
curmudgeon.
Stevie?
You're off your rocker, and so is Wilbon.
Exactly.
Please. Let me tell you something right now. March Madness is fantastic. If we got a few more games, the merrier. And we all know, because I saw Jay Williams on Get Up this morning, we all know that these at-large bids are going to include the Power 5 conferences. We get that part, but at the end of the day, we're getting more basketball in March.
More is not better.
level.
The money grab.
Oh, wait a minute. It ain't worse.
Leave it at a premium.
The point is,
16-game NFL season was better than 18, which is what they're going to.
Wilbon, check it out, guys. The NCAA tournament is still going to start that Thursday. The point is, we're only talking about a couple of more days of games.
4 more
Stop
games.
it. I love it. So what? Stop
Leave
it.
the tournament alone.
No, then don't watch. Perfect. Don't watch. I'm going to check in.
They'll be
don't
watching.
watch the games. Don't watch the games.
They know
Leave.
how at midnight I gotta watch
Trust me.
Auburn from Oklahoma. You gotta be nuts, the both of you. He's the best.
And plus, I'll get to watch my Hoosiers every year because we're always on the bubble. Coming up on First Take, the Lakers could end the Houston Rockets season tonight. So with KD confirmed out, Stephen A taking it to happen. He's going to be in attendance. Game picks coming up next.
Hades out.
KD's out.